Okay, what are we seeing today? George is bearish. He might be right. Yep, still bearish. I really don't want to. I don't want to buy calls up here. It's so expensive, and IV is going to be jacked today too. So these are going to be really expensive. Actually, they're not too bad, but the market hasn't opened, so we'll give it some time. All right, so on the market side, let's go into one of these charts first because I'm interested in seeing what we're going to get. We're holding the 695.97 area. Like if we drop that, if we lose it for whatever reason, I think we're going to go back down and test the 691, 690 area before deciding to go higher or lower. That's the most probable scenario here. And then we might get like an inverse head and shoulder where they undercut 690, go down to like 684 and then come up and then go towards like 697, 698. But if they do hold it here for whatever reason, and I think they have a chance, you're above the call wall. If I look at the call wall, it's like, what's the call wall right now? 703. Okay, we're not above the call wall, but we're pretty close, and we're not getting to the put wall today. At least I don't think we will. It's like if we're stuck between the 696 and 698 range, I don't think it's worth playing. But if we start breaking above and closing above 697, I think we're going to 704 either today or tomorrow. So I'm still keeping those 676 put hedges for the time being. If they expire worthless, totally fine. But I'm cautiously leaning towards the downside because we haven't been able to close above this. And this looks like, to me, an institutional like manipulation here where they stop at a bunch of retail investors at the same exact level that we've seen time and time again. And I want to see if we maintain above this so we can target 697, 698 calls. Or if we close below 695, so we can target 690 puts here. So that's really what I'm watching for. Got a nice pump on QQQ probably at the same time. And just going back into that range. So I think you're going towards 622. Or if we don't close above this, going down to 607. Gold has already been moving up, but I think it's going to drop soon because the job report came back much more positive than I think people expected. So I'm seeing like that head and shoulder there maybe puts her a good play for gold and silver. Silver is holding its level. I drew this out, I think a day or two ago. I can't remember exactly when, but on the 4 hours, it looks pretty bullish to me. And we're trying to reclaim that 96, 94 area. So we'll see if that holds or not. But I'm a bit more bearish on gold and silver for the time being. Although if they maintain these levels, I think they're going to go up on both. I just want to look at the DXY, just a currency index. If this is going up, then I think we're in a good spot. There's a time and a period where both the dollar itself and assets go up. They're supposed to be inversely related. So if the dollar's going up, your assets are dropping in price because you have more incentive to buy bonds. And if the dollar's going down, then the assets are going up because you're losing faith in the dollar. So when I look at the daily trend on the dollar index, at least this is a daily range that's been going back for 18 years, if I remember right. And every time we come to the lower levels, like we bounce off that. So I think there's going to be more upside towards the dollar, and I think that'll pump up the asset prices for the short term. But I am worried if we come to this top level on Dixie, then we're going to go back down on the market. So that's really what I'm watching for right now on the macro side. And then because market opens in a minute, I just want to see what the first 15 minutes looks like. I don't want to take anything, to be honest, because I think they're going to chop it out and the first move is fake and then come back down to test the lower pools of liquidity here. So if this head and shoulder thesis plays out, I think we're to come down to 691, 690. Or if we close above 696 and hold that shape here, and we don't consolidate and close above 697, I'm taking like 700 calls basically. Okay, market's open. I just want to see what the options prices look like first. I do think I have some 700 calls that are probably red right now. Yep. I might add to the 750 March calls or 702 calls for later in the day, but I'm just watching right now. If they can hold this level, I'll be hella surprised. Is the volume any good? Nope. Volume's shit still. All right. I don't want to chase anything. I'll check the bug here. I think there's an options and available bug. Let me just figure out what's going on. Okay. Let that do its job. I just want to see if we reject here. I think it's likely that we will. And then go fill out that head and shoulder to the downside. So just watching. Even George is confused. Like, what is going on? No idea. Kikiku, extreme volume. Market is open, so maybe he's just bugging out right now. Volume looks pretty good on the Qs, surprisingly. 16x compared to where we were yesterday. I wonder why he's been bearish pre-market. That's interesting. Oh, I think I broke the analysis page. I'll fix it later. And if it rejects here, we're going to go down pretty hard. I just want to see what the volume looks like on these options. One sec. Because I'm really trying to buy these 690 puts here. Or 695 maybe. 694 is a good bet as well. Okay. We'll give it 3 more minutes. I just want to see the next 5-minute candle, basically. That's really where my mind is at. We could also straddle. We can buy a call on a put, but that is kind of expensive, so I don't know if that's the best move. All right, I'm going to buy one of these 694 puts at 55 if I can get it. I don't think I will be able to, but I like having limit orders in place. Okay. We'll see if that fills. 694 puts. Oh no, they're going up in price. All right. Whenever I see this, and this is a reality like of all markets, whenever you see like a pump happening and the put premiums are increasing, that's suspect because I think you're going to go down. And similarly, if you're dropping, if the market's crashing and the put premiums are going down and the call premiums are going up, like it's going to go up hard. That's typically what I see. So I just saw 694 go from like 60 to 70, like put premiums are increasing while we got this impulse up candle. I think that to me tells like we're going to go down really fast in the next like 5, 10, 20 minutes. But that's really what I'm watching for right now. Okay, George has taken a stance on calls. I don't think my limit order here on the 694 put will fill, so I'm going to cancel it. Let's go back. Where's my limit order? These are all runners. I'm not worried about them at all. There it is. We'll cancel that because I don't think it'll fill anyways. And let's see if they do this where you get like a cup and then a handle and go up. Just watching calls. He's trying to get them in the money, which is interesting. I do like 6935 calls on SPX. Let me just check the SPX exchange real quick. Because I think that's a data issue as well. Yep, data issue. That's not the right price. Okay. If we get this undercut and rip, I think we'll be good towards upside. But I just want to see what happens here by 945. If you did take those 694 puts, you're up like $30. I like that George is staying called, so I think he's probably right. There's like a 95% chance he's right. I just want to make sure that we can get the right contracts. Okay, I think he's right. Someone get the 696 calls. Oh, sorry. 144. Let's just get one, and we'll see where that goes. And 696. I think it filled. Oh, my broker sucks. $694 calls, great. Oh no, that's 684 put. 696, we're up 13%. Oh no, we're down now. No, we're still going up. Okay, cool. That's kind of nice. So this is a suspect thing to me. That's what I was saying before. When it's dropping and your call premiums are going up, like you're going to go up harder. Or if you're dropping and your call premium, or if you're going up and your put premiums are going up, then I think you're going to drop. But we're basically at break even on the 696 calls. I just want to see what happens here. Opened position. Okay, just opened the same call. That's either a coincidence or there's some magical alignment here. Good job, George. Good job. You might be right, buddy. We'll see. You got a shit price, though. We got a better one. Yeah, Timmy, this is what I was saying. I do see a potential head and shoulder forming, but because they're defending the zone, I'm thinking that they undercut, look like something like this, and then go up towards that 697, 698 target. But let's just watch. I'm surprised he opened calls this early, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. The first 15 minutes are always messy. I don't know why I decided to play them every single day. Makes no sense. All right, we're still holding. There's no stop loss on this for me. George has a 25% stop loss, so if it hits like $1 or whatever that is, he'll stop that out. I do think he's right. He's just early, as usual. Even if the market drops, we do have hedges for Friday, so I'm not overly concerned about risking $145, but that is something to be mindful of. Okay, they probably stopped out a bunch of retail investors who went long on that candle. That's nice. Call premiums are holding, which is suspect. If it drops to $1, I'll add one more. As long as we can hold this level. Okay, getting bought up. I like it. Nice, nice. Okay. Close above 695.97. Get it. Yeah, George on futures is a beast. I wasn't expecting him to do anything. I'll show you guys like a little demo. He's been taking longs on ES and NQ all morning. I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting him to work at all. But he ended up taking a long there and then closing it. And he's delayed by 10 minutes on futures data, so I don't even know how he's making it work. Like, look at that. That's insane. But anyways, they'll come out next week. Look at that. Eco low swept. Ooh. Good job, George. Okay, still has that open. That's cool. Yeah, I wonder if that 10-minute delay is actually helpful, but honestly, if that future spot works and he keeps making money, like I'm going to stop trading options because there's no theta on futures. It's kind of nice. If this stand is $2 range, I'm not going to play. It's just not worth it. Because if we just consolidate between 697 and 695, it's honestly not worth. It's not really going to be worth any amount of money. Okay, meanwhile, let's go see what Microsoft is doing. I think it's going to pump too, eventually. No, you got your head and shoulder here, so I don't think you will. Okay, cool. Is Palantir catching bids? Let's find out. Nope, same pattern, head and shoulder there as well. And you got a big ass head, so I don't know. Tesla does look pretty bullish, I will say. It's already closing above the put walls at 420, call walls at like 440, so I think it's trying to get there. I wonder if I should chase it or not. Let's see what the options look like. It's $1.18. Nah, not worth it. Okay, we'll wait. I want to see if IWM is doing anything interesting. Okay, so on IWM, and I see the same pattern on SPY, like if your previous resistance becomes support here, like you're going to fly towards 271. That's what I have for the target for the upside for today. But if it closes below or keeps closing below this 268 level, I think you're going to go back down towards 265, which is another area of interest for me because that's when I'll load up on longs. And let's see if QQQ is doing anything interesting. Still holding. I think they're gonna try to rip up pretty soon. And is IGV catching any bids? Let's see. No, it's also got that head and shoulder pattern. The right shoulder doesn't look too bad, so I do think it's gonna pop eventually. Let's look into Oracle. I think Oracle is a beaten down stock, but it's coming into like the support zone. So I wonder if it's going to bounce from there. And AVGO is another thing that I'm watching for weeklies. Same story there. Like you're coming into support around this level and then go up. I'm surprised he hasn't closed that SPY call if he's red. He must see something we don't. Yeah, AVGO, I used to play weekly. Like every single Wednesday, I would like buy AVGO calls, like 1% out of the money, and every single time they hit. And I've been buying them since like we were at, I think it was like way even before this, like at the 190 area. Like right around here, like I was buying them every single week. And like I literally, like it was kind of the inspiration for George on the weekly side. I was like, just see how these things behave and then just go buy, you know, a 0.5 or 1% out of the money call every week and call it a day. But it's been one of my favorite tickers to play. Although it is really expensive now, so I don't know if that's the right move. Okay, undercut and rip. Are we going to get that? Let's find out. But yeah, it's consolidating quite a bit. Okay, there's the undercut. There's a rip. Let's see if it closes above. It probably will. And then go towards that 697 area. I will say market makers have been out for blood ever since Trump got elected last year or whenever that was. The only reason I say that is because any single chart pattern that people are familiar with or any technical analysis that people have been doing for the last like 20, 30 years has basically gone out of the window. And so you would see, like, I did this morning, right? And in the intro, like you got this head and shoulder pattern. You're going to dump. Did not get that. We're getting the complete opposite. And so I think George was right on the calls. He's still early and he's still holding them, which is, you know, surprising to me. So let's see. We ended up green on those. I know it's a hard hold, but honestly, like it's fucking nuts to me that George even works. We're only down at 1% here, so like if you want to take the win at break even, if you're scared to hold, take it. But I do think we're going to go towards 698, so I'm going to hold it. Okay, you're green now on the calls. You're green. Take the win. We made $20 on those calls. Damn, George is good. I will say he is good. He's better. He's a better trader than I am. I should not take my own trades ever again. Okay, back at break even again. Yeah, that coiling is interesting to me. The longer it coils, the bigger the pop or bigger the drop. But I do think the bulls have it here. I just want to give it some time. I don't know any of these terms, Timmy. I literally don't. If I were you, I would have taken the win at 160, but I'm more of a degen sometimes where I just wait and I'll double down on it if I get the confirmation that I'm looking for. Why has he kept us open? That's what's concerning to me. He must see something behind the scenes, like either volume picking it up or a gamma strike above this at 698. Let me just look. SPX 7,000 volume. Okay, that's getting hit. Nice. 7,000 C might be worth it here. And he's saying SPY is getting bids. Okay. I see the vision. Let me paste this as a chart here. Insert image. How do I get that? Just so you guys see what I'm seeing and what George is seeing. He's saying there's a huge strike at 7,000. 3.5 bill. It's not much, but it is good enough for this time of day. Let's see if SPX is inching towards that 7,000 goal or not. Rejected. Undercut. Do you rip or not? I think that's the question. What I'm going to do while we're here, and these contracts are cheap, is I'm going to get the 697 calls as well. Actually, 698 is better. Risk and reward at 40. Get rid of that. Buy it at 40. And we'll see where that ends up. And I'll double down on it if it goes to a different price. As long as we hold this level, I'm happy with the upside. If we don't hold it, then I'm going to cut the calls for a loss and then just take the 692 puts. But it is holding. If we get that cup and handle, I'm pretty happy. Let me just draw that out. Something like that, I think we'll get. Closed position. Oh, I just closed it. It has stop loss. 37%. All right. Well, I'm going to keep it open. I think he's right and he's early again. We'll watch. How much money did you lose there, George? $57. That's not too bad. He only bought one. If he got stopped out and it pumps right after, I'm gonna be whipping this kid later in the day. It's always too early. I don't like it. He's got my curse. Yeah, that 696.54 area is suspect. That's the same level we keep rejecting from over and over again. If I draw a line there at like 696.50, that's really where it is. It's like we rejected that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times now. There's a lot of sellers. There's a lot of sellers there. And I think the reason for that is if I look at the daily chart, whoever got in at because someone has to buy these contracts, someone has to buy it at this level, right? So whoever got in around 697, 695, like they're looking to sell at break even basically. And so you have a lot of sellers at that point. What I'm going to program into George later in the day is give him the opportunity to see these undercuts and then buy the contract instead of buying it right at open because he doesn't know about that undercut aspect just yet. Extreme volume though. I like that 20x from yesterday. Still saying buy calls. Still saying buy calls across the board. QQQ puts, I guess I could see that working. Tech sector is pretty weak right now. Levels aren't populating. I'll fix that later. These filled at least. That's nice. Wow, this price action is really stalled. Did the volume data too? No, volume's increasing compared to the 2 million at open. I just want to see if Microsoft's catching bids because I want to get some calls there. I'll probably start catching some bids around here. Maybe a bit lower. Calls. More buyers. What color is this? Okay, whatever. QQQ, pretty weak. Still defending. Let's go see that up move. SPY should start pumping soon, if not now. Yeah, I can see that. Whoever's signed up with OpenAI is getting like hammered. Although I will say this area is defending. Like they've been defending that 407 target on Microsoft for a while at this point in time. Look at the 4 hour. Let's see. Yeah, they've been defending that for like months. Undercut, ripped. Are we getting the same thing? Undercut, rip. We'll find out. Okay, these calls might be dead. I'll take the L. It's fine. It's all good. We have hedges for this kind of thing. Meta does look rippy. see what the contracts look like. Wow. Honestly, 680 is pretty cheap. Might be worth the lotto. At 96. The spreads are kind of whack. You got a $10 spread here. I don't know if it's worth it. I do like meta calls for Friday, but they are expensive. $25 difference there. Okay, I'll just wait till Thursday. It's fine. But I agree, Judy. It does look rippy. Delta's pretty good. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's worth the risk right now, though, given where we are on the indices. All right, these calls are cooked. My bad, y'all. Actually, I'm going to hold him. I wonder if it maintains here and rips up. Or if we go down with the bottom shape and consolidate and clean up that 688 target that I had for yesterday, which is this level here. I hate this $3 range. I don't like it. It's not worth playing. Meanwhile, let's go check what PL is doing. I want to guide some weeklies on this as well. Looks pretty good for a move up around this level. Amazon probably looks the same. Starting to catch some bids. Nice, levels are working. And let's just go back to QQQ because I think it's going to start doing something. And there's a level here that we can mark out. So defended that multiple times. Didn't get that closure on the noodle there. That's fine. If they hold this, I think they have a shot at going towards 617, 622. And what's the other one that I really liked? What's on my watch list? One sec. Hold on, just trying to find my watch list. One sec. Now it's just Rocket Lab. If this level holds, I want to get some weeklies on that as well. And ASTS, same story. It's holding better than Rocket Lab right now, so that's kind of nice. And SPY, what are we seeing? Are we going to complete this pattern here? Are you going to close below 694? Still saying buy calls, huh? What does he see? Was this a data gap easy? Is that what you're saying? I mean, they've got this imbalance, so I think that's knocked out. Cross that out. Move up. Easy, I don't hear you at all. I don't think you're speaking. This guy's just been talking to the ether. What? Is my audio messed up? Hold on. Oh, okay. I can hear you now. My audio is not configured right. Sorry. No, it was going through my monitor speakers instead of my headphones. Oh man, there's the undercut and rip. I don't want to buy more calls though. So what I do every day on the George portfolio is just start with like $100, or no, sorry, not $100, $200 every day, just to see what would happen. Volume's getting there though. That's kind of nice. Wow, this price action is garbage. I thought we were going to get more volume. It's literally the same thing as yesterday, just consolidating between like two ranges until like later in the day when they became net sellers. Hold on, let me check the rotation page 1 sec. It's not much, 337 mil. Bearish on the Qs, bullish on DIA and IWM, okay. I think he was right on the Amazon puts. XOM, is XOM doing anything? Oh, it is pumping, okay, cool. UNH, is it dumping? Almost there, almost there. And Han, let's just look at that. Nah, this might dump, but we'll see if they hold it. All right, fuck this dump. What I'm going to do is, because I have 684 puts for today, I'm going to roll them to tomorrow. It's for like an extra $38. And I have calls as well that I want to roll. These are for Friday, so I'm going to keep those. 696 I'll keep, 698 I'll keep, 702 I'm going to roll these because they're cheap as hell. To Monday the 17th? No. 13th is Friday. Just roll one of these in case that hits. And those should have filled. 684 put. Back to green on that from the roll. That's kind of nice. And let's see if I want to do something else on Tesla. Because if that is dumping, then this will pump. Now you're going back towards the put wall, okay. I'm going to get one of these at... Whoa, the premium just jumped like crazy. What the fuck? Let's see if I can get it at 40. And we'll see if SPY wants to reverse here or not. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. I'm going to keep the calls for SPY just for the time being. If we close below like 692, I'm going to roll them to Friday instead. So I think that'll be the better RR. And let's just see what ES is doing. That 704 target was pretty hard to get across. Same level. And SPY still continuing to dump. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We have hedges for this reason. That's totally okay. And if I remember right, my 684 should be green. 2%, not too bad. I will hold these. And what I want to do is sell this at some point in time. But what price? $1.20. Okay. All right, the algo's picking up some volume here. SNDK, that was dumping yesterday. Is it pumping today? It is. MU should be the same story. Yep. And ASML, I just want to see if technology's catching bids. It's getting there. If all these things are pumping, I think it's inevitable that QQQ and SPY go up in price. You're holding that level, so I want to see if it goes up towards 194. And let's see if SPY is doing anything interesting right now. Probably not. Yeah, I like that NVIDIA put to me. I think you're probably right on those two. But I do worry that if we maintain above 189, it's going towards 194 later in the day. It is a pretty inexpensive lotto, though, so it might be worth it. Let's see what it costs. 0.08, that's it? All right, let's get 10 of these. Let's get 5 of these. I'll risk $40 for that. Why not? And Tesla, because my order filled. Let's see what we're at. Okay, we're up $20 on a Tesla puts. That's kind of nice. Get one win at least. I want to sell it. And SPY, are you reversing soon or now? Still holding that double bottom there. We'll see what they want to do here. What happened with Shop? It's not in his universe. I don't think I added it there. Didn't we see like a lot of call volume on Shop options? I'm pretty sure we saw flow for it. Oh, he did have Shop puts. What do you know? 95 strike though. That's kind of weird, but it's for April. Okay, those guys are making money. Arm calls. Oh, no, 2028 though. That's not worth it. SPY put 663 for next 3 weeks out from now. Just want to see if he did any other swings that he's interested in. Moo puts, Oracle puts, no calls, Lily calls. I think they have earnings or something. JPM calls. Does JPM do anything interesting? I might grab these on Thursday. That's why I'm going over them. 320C. You're in the money on those. When he called it yesterday, that's kind of cool. Target puts. Almost right on those. Walmart calls. Almost right on those. And NVIDIA, let's go back because I have that one play there. I'm not worried about this one. Like if it holds above 189, like you're more likely to go up towards 194. But we'll keep it as a lotto because it's only 8 cents or $8 per contract rather. And they've nuked SPY. Okay, never mind. This 684 is at least worth something now. 20%. Nice. Decent. I think my limit sell at 120 will eventually fill. NVIDIA puts aren't doing that well. I think they're holding that level. Yeah, we're down 6% on those compared to where I got them. I'm surprised NVIDIA is holding this well, to be honest. I was not expecting that. Okay, 40% on those 684 puts for tomorrow. Take the win. I haven't got the SPX calls just yet, Judy. Wait for it. we're up 42% on these 684 puts for tomorrow. That double bottom got invalidated real quick. All right, they have one last chance to defend the 69166 area. If they do it, I can buy a reversal, but until I see it, I think you're going to go more down towards that 688 area. Yeah, it is a megaphone. All right, 55%. All right, looking at the same thing that I am, where it's just these two ranges. Got it. Yeah. It's going down pretty fast. I'm surprised. Okay, we're up 100% on those 684 puts for tomorrow. NVIDIA green, let's see. 20%. Hey, look at that. All right, PSP, I guess. Because I have 4 of these. I'm going to try to sell them at 12. Just sell 3 of them for 4 of them at 20 if I can get it. That's 100%. Tesla puts I've sold. So they went from 40 when I got them to $1.28. Huh. Okay, gonna close that. That's kind of nice. Or at least that was a win. Okay, that's cool. That worked out. So we got the 420 puts, or I got them. Yep, 137. My limit order at 125 filled. Great. SPY. What are we up on the 684 puts? 77%. If my $1.20 sells, I'll be pretty happy. Because that recuperates all the losses that I've had from SPY calls this morning. I'll watch and see. It's about to sell at that 120 area that I marked. And NVIDIA, let's just see what the option price was at. 56%, great. I'm about to get 100 there as well. Tesla puts sold, SPY puts holding. Have that limit sell, we're up 100%. Excellent, excellent. I'll take a win whenever I can. And you're taking out pre-market lows here, so could reverse up nice. I might just sell this, to be honest, at whatever price I set. Modify to 1. They're going to reverse, aren't they? They're going to reverse. I know it. We're up 56% on those puts. Take the win, y'all. Take the win. Okay, my SPY put just sold for $1, so up 100% on those. That's nice. And now the only thing I got left are the calls, which I might actually roll to tomorrow. So if I look at this one, 698. 698. We'll roll this to tomorrow, just in case. It's only 54 bucks. $32. Let's see if I can get it at 30 or 28 even. Yeah, harder fill, whatever. I know you'll fill. And we'll leave the 696 ones because they're probably going to die. Maybe I'll roll these if they're pretty inexpensive. No, I'm not spending 100 bucks on rolling those. Fuck that. It's pretty close. So let's see if it comes back to that area. Oh, this doesn't fill? Okay, it's going to fill eventually. Still waiting on those. Should hit, I think. But the put premiums are dropping, so I'm suspect here. I think we're going to go up soon. Put premiums are dropping while we're getting this dump. Like, do we go up? And then let's just do a sanity check on NVIDIA, see if that contract sold. Nah, it dropped in value. I knew it. Should have taken the one at 56. Okay, that one's going to get sold pretty soon. Why are the put premiums dropping? Doesn't that concern you all? It concerns me. Yep. Okay. That put sold already for tomorrow at 684. Got 100% on those. Nice. I rolled that call to tomorrow for 698. So if those turn out green, I'm pretty happy. And if this reverses up towards that 696 area, I'll at least have that 696 call that we can hold, or I'll hold. And if anyone took the Tesla puts, you're up from $40 to 150. So take the win. Take the win, y'all. Okay, 684 put got filled. I'm happy with that. Not have to hold that anymore. These are all runners. Don't care about that. Don't care about these lottos. That's a hedge. That's a hedge. That's a hedge. Sorry, where's hedge? 1, 2, 3 hedges here. And 698 I rolled into tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. George is saying no volume again. So maybe the volume died down. I don't see any volume either. Interesting. He's liking AMD calls. Let's go see the chart. I can see that working. Undercut and rip, but I'll wait till Thursday. Wow. I wonder if they're going to go for that 684 area. That'd be hella fun because we have 696 or 676 puts for Friday. They'll turn out nice and green. And NVIDIA puts were still up 32%. That's kind of nice. What's the value pending? Now you're up like 20% now, not 32 anymore. No, you're still up 32%. All right. Okay. I think SPY has put in a bottom. We'll watch it for another like 10, 15 minutes, or I'll watch it off screen, off the stream. But if it has, then I'm going to roll all the calls that I have, 696 and 698 to tomorrow instead. For like an extra $30 or whatever that number is. The only thing I'm holding right now are the NVIDIA puts for 0 day and the 696 calls, which I likely will roll if we hold this level. If not, then we have hedges for Friday and I don't have to do anything else. All right. Apologies on the loss on the SPY calls, but it is what it is. It's a game of probabilities. We made some money back on the 684 puts. Have the 676 puts for Friday as a hedge. NVIDIA puts were up 55%, and we'll see where it ends up. Wait, you can't hear me? Oh, you can hear me. All right, we're almost up 100% on these NVIDIA puts. More than 100%. All right, take the win, y'all. At 106, I'll take that win. It'll sell at 20 eventually, so I'm just waiting for that. We can get on the live stream even better, because I bought them at 40. Sell them at 80. Happy with the gains. I'm basically at break even right now from where I started this morning. Man, these put premiums are dropping fast while we're dumping. It's holding that level. That's what I was worried about. I'm going to take the win at, I don't think it's going to sell, but I'm going to take the win at 16 if I can. Great. And go back to SPY. Still dumping. Are my hedges coming back? Let's see. 676 puts for 2 days. They're coming back. I'm happy with that. Wow, look at that dump. Should have stayed with the original thesis on puts. Yeah, if they undercut 690, you're going towards 684. I'm kind of like worried about that right now. Luckily, we do have hedges for Friday, so I'm not overly concerned. But it is like that's the area. If we don't hold that, like you're going to friggin' like 677 probably. And if they don't hold here for whatever reason, you're coming back down to that buyer target that I have for end of the week. NVIDIA puts sold them at 106%. They've filled already from 0.08 to 0.16. And I think I'm going to call it a day on this one at least. I'm leaving these 676 puts, and then I've rolled the calls for 698 to tomorrow. I'm likely going to roll a 696 as well, but I might take some time on it. Maybe I'll give it till Monday. All right, I'm going to cut the stream, and we will take it again tomorrow. Take it easy, y'all.